Miyako examines Cho records. Cho confirms she's in the streaming business as a sole proprietor, and her agency has no issues with her taking different jobs. Miyako notices Cho's worried about being older than the average idol, so she convinces her to move forward with her new partnership with Strawberry Productions. However, when Cho reveals she's 25, Miyako snaps. Cho says she always wanted to become an idol at a young age, but to care for her family, she had to get a job. However, her mother told her to follow her dreams, so she auditioned for agencies and got a gig. Yet, Cho abandoned the opportunity when her mother got sent to the hospital for overworking herself. This forced Cho to withdraw from school and work multiple part-time jobs. Fortunately, her mother got better, and her younger brothers got to attend college. Cho became 23 when she was ready, but as the world of idols only accepts 20-year-olds and below, she couldn't achieve her dream anymore. Ruby and Kana enter the room and formally welcome Cho to Bikamachi after being moved by her tale. Aqua asks Kana to look after Ruby and Cho, but Kana is still jealous about his close connections with Akane, so she plans to look after the group on her own terms. At school, Minami asks Ruby for her thoughts on Aqua kissing Akane during Love Now. Ruby thought it was awkward and internally knows Aqua only likes Akane because she looks like AI. Frill interrupts their discussion and shares her thoughts on Love Now. Frill confirms many performing arts girls have taken an interest in Aqua, Frill included. Ruby reflects on how much of an impact Love Now had on Aqua and Bikamachi. Ruby's delighted that their YouTube channel hit 10,000 subscribers. Cho asks when it'd be the right time to post a music video on their channel. Ruby confirms Miyako is still pulling strings for the music, so they must wait. Cho suggests they use old Bikamachi music, and Ruby thinks that's a great idea. They visit a dance studio to practice their choreography. After practicing 30 songs, Kana's worried she won't be able to memorize them all and fears she can't match Cho and Ruby's energy. Aqua hands Kana water, but Kana's still sour toward him because he kissed Akane. Before she relays this to Aqua, he leaves. Aqua meets Kubaraji at the sushi diner to get intel about AI. Kubaraji tells Aqua that AI was a country bumpkin when he first met her. He introduced her to a theater company called La La Lai, the same one Akane works for to help AI out. Kubaraji speculates that's where AI fell in love with Aqua's father. Kubaraji admits he doesn't know who AI's boyfriend was, but he knew that person changed AI for the better. Kubaraji offers to introduce Aqua to La La Lai's leader. Kubaraji admits that Aqua's potential as an actor is convincing him to help Aqua resolve his AI problems. He also sees the investment opportunity in Kana, Cho, and Bikamachi's progress. At the same time, Cho says the producer she worked with on Love Now has connections to the Japan Idol Festival. She says he can help them get into the lineup. Ruby and Cho persuade Kana to participate in the Japan Idol Festival. Cho asks the girls who should be at the center of Bikamachi. After discussing their reasons for being the center idol, Ruby suggests Kana be the group's star because she matches the criteria. When Kana admits she's not a talented singer, Cho decides they should hold a quick contest at karaoke to choose the center. Kana says she won't be attending since she knows she doesn't have the star power necessary to be the group's center. Cho and Ruby comfort Kana and persuade her to attend the karaoke event. Cho and Ruby sing their songs at karaoke and are surprised at how terrible they both are. They take a break and look up some of Kana's songs. They realize she sang more songs than the one Ruby mentioned earlier. Cho and Ruby listen to Kana's Full Moon song and are bewildered by her incredible singing voice. With Bikamachi's debut just a few days away at the Japan Idol Festival, Ruby and Cho try to record a YouTube video for their channel introducing Kana Arima as their center. But Kana asks them to stop recording and then inquires how they decide to choose her as their center. The duo reveal that they heard their songs and feels that she has a wonderful voice. But this is not enough to convince Kana, so they ask her to see her perform. When Cho and Ruby start singing naturally, Kana realizes that they are not good enough. She even criticizes them that they go so far because of their looks only and ends up accepting the center position reluctantly. However, the girls are not at all good at dancing and have no professional training. Therefore, Miyako brings Payan again to train them as he is apparently a good dancer. Payan is very kind and works really hard to help Kana, Ruby, and Cho. His training bears fruit as they slowly become quite confident. However, it is later revealed that Aqua has been training the girls all this time by impersonating Payan. On the day of their performance, Miyako takes the girls to a huge dressing room where not-so-famous idols are preparing for their performance. As Kana sits in the fully occupied idol dressing room, she recalls her failures over the years. She knows the pain of not being able to have success despite trying her best. Kana had been to fan meetups in the past where some of her own crew members will dress up as civilians to cover up the fact that people rarely came to see him. As she recalls those moments, she makes a mental note that it is almost impossible to put the trauma of such a failure into words. When Kana can no longer be classified as a child actor, her projects became scarce and she had to struggle to get more acting jobs. She still feels like a failure for being unable to capitalize on her early success as a child actor, as she has failed to achieve anything significant ever since. Meanwhile, her mother had to leave her alone in the city because of her grandfather's deteriorating health. As if all of this was not horrible enough, she was also constantly bullied and put down on all social media platforms and barely had any fans left. With her performance with Ruby and Cho scheduled for the next few hours, Arima can feel the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. That's when Ruby approaches her and confesses how scared she is feeling. When she asks Kana, she lies that she is prepared for the challenge ahead. But Ruby holds her hands and realizes that Arima is lying. Ruby feels a bit better as she realizes that she is not the only one nervous about their performance. Kana has been quiet until now, and then she suddenly reveals that she would have been fine if she were going to perform alone. But now her act carries the hopes and jobs of many people. So, she does not want to let anyone down, especially Ruby and Cho, who have dreamt about becoming an idol all their lives. Ruby listens to Arima, and then reassures her that everything will work out. With their performance about to start, the girls prepare for their highly anticipated debut. Shortly before their performance, a group of fans at the Japan Idol Festival talk about going to see Cho's performance. When one of them learns that she has joined the Bikamachi group, he tells his friends that they have taken the name from an old band, which was immensely popular because of the famous idol Ai Hoshino. With their dreams finally becoming a reality, Kana, Ruby, and Cho get to the stage and start their performance. Naturally, there were really nervous seconds before they got to the stage, but once the performance started, they overcame it and delivered a great performance that was loved by all the fans. Interestingly, Aqua was cheering for them from the crowd. As they were returning home in the car, Arima seemed really pissed with Aqua since she suspects that he is close with Akane. Miyako understands her feelings and forces Aqua to open up about his relationship. That's when Arima learns that he is not seriously committed to her. Suddenly, Arima's mood changes, and she becomes quite playful with Aqua. Cho finally realizes that she has feelings for him but is unsure of what Aqua feels or whom to support in the love triangle. Meanwhile, the popular manga Tokyo Blade is getting a stage adaptation for which one of the producers is looking to hire more actors. He meets Kaburaji regarding this, and he eventually ends up hiring these roles to Aqua and Akane. In order to sustain a public image that they are together, Akane and Aqua meet each other at a restaurant. They take selfies there, and then post them online. Akane feels that this is enough to keep the fans gossiping about their relationship, which is good for them as entertainers as it keeps them relevant in the news. Then Akane talks about the role of Princess Saya in Tokyo Blade and asks if they reached out to him as well. When she mentions that the Lalali Theater is at the center of the production, Aqua recalls what Kaburaji had told him. Aqua then tells Akane that he would definitely take the role. She appears really excited and tells him that he will be playing the role of her character's lover, Tuki. Although the show comes under the boys' love genre, it has a significant male fan following because of the straight romantic relationships. It turns out that story features a love triangle between the characters Tuki, Saya, and Tsurugi. Akane says that the actress for Tsurugi has not been decided yet. That's when Kana arrives there and announces that she has got that part in the play. Kana Arima then shows the duo their social media posts and points out that they shouldn't be posting in real time as this will give stalkers a chance to track them down. She explains that scheduled posts for outdoor photos are a common practice for obvious reasons. Akane appears furious and tells Arima that she thinks she has already quit the industry since the two of them haven't really acted together in a long time. This comment does not go well with Kana, who then mocks Akane's inability to get any lucrative roles in the past. When Kana walks away, Akane tells Aqua that they have known each other since their childhood acting days. Aqua sees that there is animosity between the two of them and asks them to try and get along. Akane refuses to do so as she recalls losing all acting opportunities because of Kana, as she was considered a gifted actress. She is adamant that she won't let Arima outshine her this time. Meanwhile, Ruby visits her mother's grave after she has officially become an idol, just as AI had predicted. Aqua, on the other hand, vows to find his father. And this brings the Oshi no Ko Season 1 to an end. Comment for Season 2. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss out on another anime recaps videos. Until next time, take care.